Hey everybody! Happy International Women's Day! I'm not sure if I'm live yet. It is still turning a little circle, but welcome to the replay viewers because I know I'm not, it takes us but a 15 or 20-second delay before anybody can go live. So welcome to replay viewers. Happy International Day. I'm really excited to share this spontaneous training. Training, but really important training because it's something that's been on my mind a lot lately about how we women hold us back. And there are so many talented, passionate women I know that are just, have limited beliefs about themselves or haven't got the courage to really step out and shine. And so I hope that this training will help you and your friends to do it because I want you to share it with your friends too. Tune in until the end, and I will share with you how you can win a program or a VIP day valued at $1,997 with me by sharing this out because I really want a lot of women to benefit from this, and men too. It will benefit men too. But because it's International Women's Day, I want to focus on women for today because traditionally men are thought that they are the providers, they're the breadwinners, and they have a lot of pressure to succeed. And women traditionally haven't, I'm generalizing, haven't had as much pressure. And because of that, sometimes we really, maybe don't have that really strong vision in our mind or that confidence to, or that drive to really go for it. So I want to give you a bit of a confidence injection. And I'm excited to share something that I just recently learned from somebody called Jordan Peterson. He is a famous psychologist. I'm just loving listening to him. And something he said recently really resonated with me. I promised to share 3 power moves with you today, and the first power move is to have a strong vision, a very strong vision to pull you forward. The reason for it, and I'm quoting Jordan Peterson, is most of your positive emotion is goal pursuit emotion. It's goal pursuit emotion. I thought, yes. Those people that are anti-setting goals, I mean, you do it for the journey. You do it to honor what's inside of you, what you want, what your desires are, what your wants are, because you are worthy of those. And if you're only half-heartedly doing it, then I want to really challenge you to go all in and decide that, yes, this is a goal that's worth it for me in my life, because you're worth it. So have a very compelling vision, something that you're excited to, that you can really get behind, not just a dilly-dally one, oh, maybe. If it's one that you're like, oh, but who am I to? I would love that, but who am I to? Then tune in because I'll give you some tips to help you to really find the belief in yourself. It's basically a decision to choose to believe in yourself, that you have what it takes, or you're going to create what it takes. And we can move mountains. Women as well. There's two separate stories in the US of 2 mothers that lifted a car because their sons were trapped underneath the car. So we can move mountains and cars when we are so behind something and so determined. And what really helps me to get behind something is to think, well, I don't want to live a life of regret. It's the strongest motivator for me. I want to live a life that I feel proud of, that I don't look back and say, oh, I was only half-hearted this time around in this life. So I want you to really get an exciting goal, an exciting vision, because remember, to quote Jordan Peterson again, most of your positive emotion is goal pursuit emotion, and enjoying that journey, enjoying that challenge of going after something. That is where we get our positive emotion from. And again, to quote Jordan Peterson, but I totally agree, don't chase happiness, chase fulfillment. Happiness is fleeting. Life is challenging. There's always going to be obstacles and things that come up. But if you've got something driving you forward no matter what, and you're really behind that, you're going to have fulfillment. You're going to have positive emotion. And here's a really interesting thing. Cocaine and other amphetamines, how they work is they activate that part of our brain that linked to goal pursuit. So it's like, instead of finding a goal that we're pursuing, people are taking drugs to get that high. But you don't have to take drugs to get the high. Just get behind a really strong vision. So I don't have time in this training to go into how to connect with your vision and think, what do I truly, truly want? There's a good chance you already know what it is, what you want for yourself, and why you want it. Have a very strong sense of why. There's a book called Start With Why. It's somewhere on that one of my many bookshelves. Start With Why by Simon Sinek. So that's a fabulous, fabulous book to really get behind your why, because the more you can get behind your why, you'll do anything if you've got a strong sense of why. Nietzsche has a famous quote. It's like, with a strong why, anyhow is possible. Anyhow is possible with a strong sense of why. So think about, why do you want to achieve it? What kind of a legacy do you want to leave? What kind of a positive impact will that vision have on you, on your children, if you have children, on those around you, on the people that you'll work with? For example, me, why do I do this? For many reasons, but yes, of course, one is because I see so many women struggling, and it just makes me sad to see what could be behind that fear. And that, by the way, for if you're watching this and you don't know me, if you haven't ever followed any of my videos before, I am a mindset coach, and my really superpower, I would say, the thing that I'm most passionate about, is helping people to overcome fear. It's something I'm constantly battling with myself. I'm really, I'm definitely, and I don't think anybody will ever be completely free of fear, but I know how to navigate it. And I know that when our why is stronger than our fear, then we will push through anyway, and we will achieve in having the impact that we want. But you've got to step out there and go for it. Which brings me to power move number 2. Oh, I forgot to share this over to my Facebook group. Oh well, Facebook group can get the replay. Sorry. Yeah, because I'm on my laptop, I'm not on my phone, so there's no share button. Anyway, okay. Power move number 2, give up blame and all excuses. Give up blame and all excuses. So you've got your strong vision. If you don't, message me and I'll help you to come up with it fast. I'm pretty good at that. I've done it a lot. And then give up blame and all excuses. I get it. Life is challenging. If you've got young kids, or if you've got some other, like physical challenges, or if you've just had really bad experiences in your life, which means that you're paralyzed with fear, all of those we can get around, we can work with. And I want to quote Kim Constable, who's a fitness mentor of mine. She says, "Nobody cares, work harder." Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Just get on with it. Just get on with it. Sometimes it can feel really, really hard, but if the more that you feed those excuses like, I don't have time, I don't have energy. It'll give you energy, by the way, when you're loving what you're doing. All of those, the more that you talk those out loud, or believe in some, when you're believing those stories, the more that you talk those out loud and you ask others, you want validation from others, the more you're going to hold yourself back. So say, yeah, I get it. I have that challenge. And it's like, what's possible for me still with that challenge, with that obstacle? Yes, I'm tired. Yes, for various reasons, this is hard, feels hard right now, but get back connected with your why you as an incredible woman are worthy of achieving this great vision, whatever vision that you have set for yourself, and no excuses. I'm going to share 2 excuses that are quite common. The most common excuse, the most common one is, I don't have time. I don't have time. And that is a myth. Time will expand or collapse according to how engaged we are in a process. It's quite magical like that. But also, when you're determined and when you're passionate about something, you're going to really give what it takes. You're going to do the extra work. You're going to forego that other distraction, Netflix or social occasions. There's going to be trade-offs, but you don't mind when you've got a strong vision. When you have a strong vision driving you, then you'll find the time. Where there's a will, there's always a way, no matter what you're working with. I mean, so many people have achieved great things And you think, wow, how on earth did they achieve that? Like, how was that possible for them given their challenge? It was possible because they had a very strong sense of why. That's why you often hear rags to riches stories, because sometimes it takes that, like really getting so low and realizing I can't live like this. I don't want to live like this. This is not the life that I want. And then you find that strength. So trust the pain, because it can be guiding you to find the strength to make a change in your life. Because we all want to live a fulfilled life, right? We all want to look back and say, yeah, that's a life that I'm proud of. And by the way, but a second excuse is, and this is not the one I was going to say, so now I have three excuses, but another one is I'm too old. Like it's too late. It's too late. It's never too late. Maybe it's too late for some dream that you had when you were young of becoming a ballerina, right? Maybe it is too late. But to have a fulfilling life, you think, well, what else could I do that I really have a sense of purpose, that I feel like I'm contributing to the world in some positive way. It doesn't have to be a massive way, but some way that you feel useful, that you feel like you're making a difference. And the third excuse, it's very common with mothers, is, well, my partner is the breadwinner, and I really have to focus on the home. But remember that your children are going to grow up and leave, and don't wait until it's too late. Think about, well, what can I do already? Start sowing seeds so that I'm going to be, and that is already, because you're chasing a goal, even if you don't have as much time, etc., or as much money to invest in it, etc. Just do some small steps to sow the seeds for your future. So don't use that excuse of it's too late, I don't have the time, or who am I to? I'm the person who. Well, I mean, if you're completely fulfilled and you see that as your lifelong purpose to be that provider at home, who am I to judge? Just be really honest with yourself and think, is this bringing me the fulfillment that I want? Because remember, most of your positive emotion is goal pursuit. So does that feel like goal pursuit to you? Because if you're not getting the positive emotion, you'll seek it out in ways that are not as healthy as goal pursuit. So goal pursuit is really healthy, right? So I'm not saying, stick up 10 goals on the wall and tick them off kind of thing, but it's more about having something that drives you forward and excites you, that you're creating. We're all creators. The third step, the third power move is let your fear guide you from behind instead of in front of you. So don't see your fear as this future obstacle. Let the fear of not doing something that you love, let the fear of not leading a fulfilling life, of not succeeding, put that behind you and use it as fuel to catapult you forward. Don't let your fear be in front of you. So if you see, oh my God, I'm too scared in front of you, I'm too scared. What if I fail? What will people think? What if I'm excommunicated for making this choice and people really judge me and I end up alone? What if there's all those what ifs? Instead of listening to those and giving those energy, listen to the fear behind you. Listen to that fear, the one that's saying, what if you don't do it? What if you don't do it? What kind of a miserable existence maybe will you have if you don't take that leap, if you don't take that step forward? So use that fear instead of the fear of failure, etc. And that's also, by the way, it's like fail fast and fail forward. Failure it's a necessary part. Progress, not perfection, is something that I love to say. You don't want to be a perfectionist. You want to just do it. You want to just take that action, make that momentum. I mean, for me, my first real example of that in my life was as an entrepreneur. I used to work with children with dyslexia, and I rented an office. And I thought, great, I rented this office now. I had printed brochures and I was waiting for clients to come, and my door, there was no knocks on my door, there was no phone ringing. And I was like, oh my God, what will I do? And I remember going there and just feeling destroyed, like I'm paralyzed, like what the heck? And I have rent to pay. And then I remember the owner of the center, it was a center with she rented several offices out, and she said, action brings traction. She said to me, you need momentum. And I was kind of, huh? So she said, do something to, create something to let people know that you exist. And I did. I created a workshop on dyslexia, and 50 people came, and it was amazing. After that, of course, word started to spread. I got my clients, and but it took a lot of courage. It took a lot of courage. But the fantastic thing was, I got out of that stagnancy. I was moving forward. I took action, brave action. And you've got to take brave action. Nothing productive towards your vision happens inside your comfort zone. It's all outside your comfort zone. It's all outside your comfort zone. And yes, be prepared for failures and be okay with it. That's the thing. Do you want to look back and say, I'm really glad that I avoided any failure in my life? Or do you want to say, I'm so proud of myself that I had the courage to risk looking stupid? Because, by the way, it's only the attitudes and the feedback from people who are also being brave and putting themselves out there that you should value. Do not value the advice of people who aren't bravely taking leaps forward. Just ignore them. Just move into the group of people that are moving forward and that are taking those leaps. You don't want to be, because otherwise what happens is that if you don't take the leaps, what we do as humans to protect ourselves, we justify by saying, oh, God, what they're doing is a little bit mad. Or, I couldn't do that, I mean, really, to show up like that, and you'll make the other person wrong. That's what we do as humans. It's quite innocent, but just don't be in that camp. Be in the camp of the ones, like Brene Brown says, it's only the people in the arena with you whose advice you should value, whose feedback you should value, because they're in there with you. If there's people that are telling you you're crazy, but they're too afraid to take brave leaps, to put themselves outside their comfort zone, to pursue a goal, to pursue a vision, that the life that they truly want, to make changes, brave changes. If they're not doing that, then just forget it. You'll never have the approval of everyone in your life, and you don't need it. You only want the approval of the ones that matter most to you. And it doesn't have to be a large group. You can have a very fulfilling life with a small network of people that you really value and who are on the same path as you. Speaking of which, inside my Dare to Lead program, I created a year-long program because I know this fear so well, and I know how it holds so many back. I see it all the time, you might be putting yourself out there a bit or making small changes, but what would be possible if you really went all in and turned up the volume and decided and choose to really make an incredible, impactful dent in your future life by, taking some brave leap. So that's why I created the Dare to Lead program. It is a 12-month program. You get a weekly Zoom call, a weekly group Zoom call, where I literally chat with everyone. I just love the call, connecting with everyone. Everybody can confidentially share vulnerably what's going on for them, and also share their wins as well. But it's just very honest and very real, because when you take these leaps, it can bring up a lot of fear, basically. And that's what I love to help people to do, is to overcome those fears. I also work with clients privately, by the way, as well. And by the way, for people inside the Dare to Lead program already, or who are watching this, because what I'm going to ask is that you share it with at least 2 friends. Share it either publicly on Facebook, or share it with 2 friends and let me know you did that, and I'll put you in a raffle, a draw. On Friday, I'm running a draw. So you'll either win a free place inside the Dare to Lead program, or you'll win a VIP day with me, which includes a month's of email support. So you can choose either one of those 2 options if you share this out, because I really want to get the message out and let women know that your life is so precious. And if there's some limiting beliefs holding you back from the life that you could be having, think about that. If I wasn't afraid, if I wasn't being so careful, if I wasn't being, by the way, people think they're lazy, they say, oh, if I wasn't being so lazy. I don't believe in laziness. I believe behind that laziness and procrastination is also fear, plus lack of connection with your vision. Now, it can also be other things, like maybe you are marketing and you're not communicating your message well, for example, if you're an online entrepreneur. But by the way, the Dare to Leap program that I'm telling you about right now is not just for entrepreneurs. It's also for women in business. It's for women that are staying at home and want to create something, to do something. Maybe you don't even know what it is yet, but you want to get in that energy of, okay, what can I do? You can start the momentum and get ideas from the others as well. For women in business, it can be, the courage to speak up more, the courage to ask for a promotion, the courage to have stronger boundaries. Every month you get 30 days of content. At the moment, we're working on mental strength mastery. Next month is creating an alter ego, which is so much fun because you get to define the you that you want to become, and you play with stepping into it already. May is about manifestation, magic, and meditation. June is about fitness and nutrition for high energy and good moods. July is about, it's another goal setting month, like really stretching yourself, turning up the volume on goals. August is about being assertive and feeling very grounded in your communication, your decisions. September is about sales, selling yourself and how to sell yourself online if that's what you're doing. But it can be just selling yourself. Great book actually on that called You Inc., which I'll be taking some tips from that book. And it's about the art of selling yourself. October is about becoming obsessed with your vision. When you really have that obsession, then everything becomes easier. So when you're really connected, and we'll be doing a lot of work around your why in October. November is about the art of saying no, having strong boundaries. That requires a lot of courage, and it would be around communication skills as well. December is around universal laws and having deep faith. Because when you have that vision and you hold it strong and you really believe, you're in the positive energy of this is working out for me, this is working out for me, and staying away from the fear of what if it doesn't, what if it doesn't. It makes a huge difference. Next January will be gratitude, which is so important to stay in that positive gratitude state. And February is February Focus, which we just did. And actually, if you join now, you will get access to the 28 days of content from February about focusing, discipline, and creating structure. Structure is so important. And actually, Jordan Peterson, who I was referring to earlier, who has that quote, most of your positive emotion is goal pursuit emotion. He was talking about, if you don't have a purpose, or if you don't have a job, that, if you're not living a structured life, that, you'll feel a bit lost. So it really, it gives you order in your life. And it's very important to create structure and discipline around that, to have, basically, we are our habits. Basically, our life is a reflection of our habits. So, I talk a lot about creating habits that will serve you. So that's it. So they are the 3 power moves to becoming a braver, more fulfilled you. I hope I've given you some food for thought around becoming more fulfilled in your life. And braver, it does take courage, because I am not going to lie to you by saying that, in some moments it doesn't feel really uncomfortable, but life begins at the end of our comfort zone. So a fulfilled life means going outside of your comfort zone and then feeling really proud of yourself that you took those steps, instead of, of course it's a choice and it's an option. You can choose to stay inside your comfort zone, nice and safe. Maybe you feel fragile, and I get that. But I say, to people who feel really fragile, I say, that's okay. Just what small step, as long as you're taking small steps to move forward, it compounds. There's a compound effect, and you say, oh, I didn't die. I did that and I didn't die. I did that and I didn't die. It's just, going at a pace that feels safe to you as well. You don't want to completely go outside your comfort zone. You are the best judge of, what's the best pace to go at. Voila. Please share this out. And Friday at lunchtime, I'm going to do a raffle inside my Facebook group, and I will film it, and I'll pick the name out of the hat of, if you share either, I know I get it, some people feel shy to share it publicly on their Facebook profile. You can dare to leave and do that, to share this live stream on your profile, this training, or just share it privately with 2 friends that 2 incredible women that will benefit from it and will help them to leap forward. So if you do that and you, if you shared it, I will see, if you tag me, I will see it on Facebook. If you do it privately, if you choose to do it privately, that's absolutely fine too. Just as long as you be able to screenshot proof to me, if you are the winner, that you have shared it with 2 people. That is how you're eligible to join in the draw, the competition. And on Friday at 12 noon, Swiss time, I will pick a name out of the hat, and that person will either win 12 months free access to the Dare to Lead program, or if you are in there already, I've got some incredible women in there already. If you're in there already, you get a VIP day with me with a month of private email support on whatever we worked on that VIP day. Hope you found this helpful. Please comment below and let me know. And please, regardless if you want to enter the competition or not, just share it with women that you believe will benefit from it, because I think we all need reminders that life begins at the end of your comfort zone, but it's only you that can take that leap. And remember, power move number 2 was no excuses, no excuses. No matter what's going on, we've all got stuff going on, sometimes more difficult than others, but still you can just take small steps to back yourself, because you and your life are worth it. Thank you for tuning in. Lots of love.